Hi, it's Christine Hart-Savage here, and I'm going to take you on a tour of your tube of light. Okay, here we go. Your tube of light. So firstly, we go through the introduction to your tube of light, and then we move on to the teachings. So this is the verbal teachings. So in the teachings, I take you right through a lot of the actual teachings of the tube of light so that you have a good grounding and a foundation for what we're going to be doing in the later part of the sessions. I'll just turn this on for us. So it's a pure light substance. So it's coming from your higher self, or really it's coming from your I am presence and your higher self, and it's building an actual force field around you. Okay, so that is the verbal teachings that we go through, and then we head into the visual presentations. And I love visuals because we get to understand them so much more when we can visualize what we need to be focusing on, and then we can have our own experiences from there. So the first one is your tube of protection. And I'll see if I can give you a little snippet of something in here. So your tube of light is one of your biggest protectors in life. Let's see what we've got here. When you start to see light, you notice this blazing light is like a force field. It radiates out from you, so nothing can permeate it. So there's lots of visuals in the visual section, of course. There's lots of pictures that teach you so that when you see them, you get to understand. So we look at the tube of light, protection, and the insulation, the effects of the outer world on you and your world as far as frequency pollution goes, and also building a high frequency protection force field around you. So the pictures show you exactly what that is. The next lesson, your tube in action. So your tube in action, we look at the different names that the tube of light is called. We look at the all-seeing eye, developing your intuition. And the main key in this lesson is you get to see the visual display of how your tube of light looks coming down around you. That is very powerful, and that's what we need. Then we move on to invoking your tube. So in this one, invoking your tube of light, this lesson gives you tips about drawing your tube of light down around you. So really good tips there on what to do and how to do it. And you'll also receive the tube of light invocation. Then we move on to the human focus. Now, this is really important as well, because the human focus is something we need to work with. We can't just work with those higher parts of ourselves and not the lower parts. Let's have a look at what we've got in here. So we want to make sure we clean up that negativity and be using that beautiful, fresh, new light that's coming through to develop the very thing you'd love to have in your life. Okay, so it's a lot about cleaning up your life, mastering your human self, and bringing awareness and balance into your mind and emotions. Might be another little bit I can show you here. You command the outer self until you start to feel the power of the stillness. So there's lots of visuals right through all of these. And then we have the daily action plan. And that takes you through what it is you need to be doing in your day-to-day life. Then we have the stories. We have a couple of true stories in here. Where are you stories? There's stories 1 and there's stories 2. And we also have the PDF for the light, tube of light invocation. And then there's the practice meditation. And then we have final words, which are very powerful as well. Using your tube of light is starting to develop your light body, which I think is very exciting. I hope you've enjoyed the tour.